Welcome to a couple of queers sitting on our orange couch named Tangerine. We're a couple of queers, we're a couple and we're queer, and we're gonna talk to you about stuff.
Yeah. Welcome back to A Couple Queers. My name is KEARA.
And my name is Lauren.
And we are a couple
Of queers.
And today we're going to be talking about sex. S-E-X.
The deed. The dirty.
When I was younger, I used to be scared to say the word sex or sexual. So I used to say S-U-L.
I was scared to say my period, so I'd be like, red or
I would say,
dot.
Yeah, I would say dot. I would literally say dot too.
Or no, I would be like, I got my monthly.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cute. That's cute. I would say I got the dot.
You got the dot.
Yeah, it's not a bad word to say, period.
No.
And periods.
Period.
Hope you guys are doing well. Today we're going to be answering your questions about sex.
Yay.
Let's just jump right into it. These are all anonymous and these were picked from Instagram. And if you want to follow either of us on Instagram and the podcast, the links will be on the screen as well
And
as
if you're
in the description.
listening, mine is What's Up Lavrin. Kira's is KEARA Graves on TikTok, KEARA.Graves. And our A Couple Queers podcast is A Couple Queers Pod on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube. And yeah,
Yeet.
boom, boom, boom. Gotta get that.
So we don't know any of these questions in advance. I'm literally just going to pick them now. Someone asked, this is actually a really good question. How do you transition from making out to sexy time without it being awkward or drawn out? Yeah, that's a really good question. Because we are both autistic and neurodivergent. And we need a long transition period before actually getting into the deed.
But then sometimes it's not as long, or else sorry, my mind just went blank.
It's okay.
I was gonna say sometimes it's not a long foreplay though. Sometimes it's okay, let's get because ADHD, I can get bored quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes it's not though.
Well, I think they're asking how do you do it without it being awkward or drawn out?
I feel like it's so situational. Even if you've been with someone for a long time, it's situational. That's what I was trying to say is sometimes we need a lot of foreplay in order to making out before getting transitioning. And then sometimes we just kind of go a lot quicker. It just depends on I think, yeah, it depends on the overstimulated aspect of it for us.
What do you mean the overstimulated aspect?
If we can get easily overstimulated, then we need it to be longer and we need it to be slower.
Yeah.
But if we're good, then it's if we're not getting overstimulated and we're this is so hard to word. Words are really hard right now, guys.
So first of all, I want to say it's okay if it's awkward. And I feel no matter how long you've been with someone, sometimes there's going to be awkward moments. You know what I mean? So it's okay if you have an awkward moment or two. It doesn't mean it's going to ruin your experience. And in terms of being drawn out, I think communicating with your partner is the most important thing. If you're pleasuring your partner, then asking them do you want to go further or do you want me to keep doing what I'm doing kind of thing? Just being really communicative in the moment, I think helps. Because then you're not just both kind of waiting on it and not communicating. So I think communicating helps.
Yeah, I agree. And that kind of brings me to what I was saying about how it's all situational. Yeah, if you communicate and one day is going to be different than the next time. And so it's just a matter of keeping that communication.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes we need longer foreplay. Sometimes we can just go right into it.
Yeah.
It depends on, I think, also our nervous system, how our nervous systems are at the moment.
That's exactly what I meant. With overstimulation and stuff.
Yeah. If our nervous systems are already hyper aroused, then it's important to calm down the nervous system, like take lots of deep breaths and have a slower foreplay, longer foreplay.
Yes. Tough question right off the bat.
It kind yeah.
Damn.
Ooh, it's a good question. What counts as lesbian sex? It's interesting because with straight couples, it's like sex is like penetration. It's like if you haven't done penetration, then like you haven't done sex. But like with lesbian couples, there's not always penetration. So I think there's like a blurred line there.
Everyone's definition's different. My definition like is like fingering is sex to me.
Fingering.
Mm-hmm.
Touching each other's genitals is probably sex.
Yeah.
But it's also like a feeling.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that was like deeply intimate.
You could have a really good makeout session and that could be satisfying enough to be sex.
Yeah. It's kind of up to you, like what you want to define like lesbian sex as, because it's like there's no rule for it really. So I think it's like whatever you feel. We all have different definitions of like what counts as sex. But I think like once you have it, you'll know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone asked, does hair bother you? Not just aesthetically, like does it get in the way? I think the only time that hair bothers me is if it's on myself and I feel insecure about it.
Oh.
Like if it's your hair, I don't really care.
I think sometimes I could get overstimulated, but then I think about like, it's okay to take breaks. Like if you get like, say you're like eating someone out and they have hair and stuff, like it's okay to take a break if you're getting overstimulated and like kiss their thighs or like use your hands, like that sort of thing. Like that's kind of how like sometimes I might get overstimulated, but I just like take a little wee break and then get back into it.
Yeah. Like you also don't have to do anything if you're overstimulated.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'd say like for the most part, it doesn't bother me. Just like there's just those times that I might get overstimulated and then I just take a little break. Someone asked, how do you communicate what feels good or not while not ruining the mood?
I personally don't think it ruins the mood.
Me neither.
I don't think it does. Yeah. Because it's also like, it's not a criticism towards like what the person's doing. It's just like what you're feeling or not feeling in that moment. So like the other person doesn't need to take it serious or take it personally.
Yeah, exactly. You know? And like one thing, and the person who's like saying like, I don't like this, like doesn't need to feel insecure for speaking up and like doesn't need to feel bad.
Yeah.
Because like one day you might like one thing and then the next day you don't like it. Like it like all depends on the moment.
Yeah. I think it also comes with like practice and like practice speaking up and not feeling bad for speaking up. Like maybe at first if you're just like starting your sexual journey, you might feel like hesitant about saying something, but like the more you do it, the more you realize like it's literally not a big deal.
If someone makes you feel bad for sticking up for yourself, leave them.
I mean, that's very blunt and honest, but yeah, like you don't want to be with someone who's like, who makes you do something that you don't want to do.
No.
So no.
Or like if they make you feel bad because they wanted to do something but you don't want it. Like no, like
both parties.
If you don't want to leave them, communicate that and be like, yo, that's not cool.
Both parties have to be into it or it's not going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Consent.
Always first, even during sex, consent. Someone asked, am I really into girls if I don't like eating the kitty? I just don't like the taste of cum.
That's valid. You could still be into girls and not like the taste of cum. That's like a separate thing altogether. Like,
and like we said, like you don't need to do anything that you don't want to do. And
please don't.
There's a lot of other people out there who don't like the taste of it either. And like the girl should just be like A-okay with you like not liking it. There's like toys out there, you know, that can like give the same pleasure as you would give her when you're eating the kitty.
We're not talking about real cats here. Don't get scared.
No.
They're eating the they're eating the
No. I know a little bit about this. How to protect from STDs. There's not much info about it.
Well, one thing that I used to do, which I don't need to do anymore because we're married, but before having sex with a new person, I liked to get like tested, like go to a sexual health clinic and like get tested and then ask the person that I'm having sex with to also do that. So that's like a surefire way, like we're not spreading anything. And like if there is anything, we know about it. I think that's the mature thing to do. And like you can just look up like sexual health clinic, STI testing like in your area. And there should be some sort of clinic that will do that. If not, you can probably go to your like family doctor.
Yeah. And there's condoms for WLW couples. There's
Dental dams.
Yes. I was going to say dental jams. And I was like, that's not. What are they called?
Dental dams?
Yeah.
Because like mouth, like dental. I don't know. Not like you're biting anything. Anyway.
There's also like, don't count me on this being protected from STDs, but I do know there's like latex underwear that you can wear. I don't know if it protects from fluid, but I do know that it's great for overstimulation and stuff. But maybe look up that and see if that also protects it.
Yeah, it probably would.
I'm thinking it would because like the whole point of it is like it's a thin layer, but it like kind of protects. Like it's like waterproof and like you can still feel everything.
So the fluids don't come in contact.
Yeah.
Basically, it's like when fluids come into contact with other fluids, that's like when you run the risk of like sharing an STI with someone. So like if there's no fluid contact, then you should be good.
Try looking into those. There's like really thin ones. They feel really satisfying. I used to be a content creator for a sex store.
Throwback to that.
I know.
I actually think you can still contract things if you don't exchange fluids. Bless you.
Thank you.
Like, let's say like someone has herpes. I think isn't it just skin on skin contact?
I'm not sure.
You need to communicate with whoever you're having sex with beforehand.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. Like, you need to like ask them questions and they need to ask you questions and it needs to be very transparent.
Yeah, I've never been a part of the hookup culture, but like if you're doing like a one night stand, like still like talk about it.
You should. Yeah.
And like if you're like, hey, have you gotten tested? And they said, yeah, then be like, okay, can I like see it?
If you don't, if you don't trust them.
Because they could
lie. That's true.
Tips for using a strap on. Literally cannot figure that shit out.
Yeah.
Well,
practice when you're not in the moment. Like practice like outside of sex to put it on seamlessly. Like figure out the strap on that you just bought.
Yeah.
And like how to, pre-adjust it to your body.
Yeah.
So then you can just like slip it on, know where the leg holes go in, know how to insert the dildo like, in advance.
There's a lot of...
So you're not fumbling.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of harnesses or like straps out there that are kind of difficult to figure out, like especially if you're in the dark. We have two and I always just go for the one that is the simplest. Get just a simple one.
There's
like,
also ones where they're like boxers.
Ooh.
Like boxer strap-ons. So then you just like put on the boxers, put in the dildo, and then you're good.
We should totally get one. We should totally get one.
I've seen them at the sex store.
Okay, we're gonna look into that.
Also good for people with dysphoria. If you want to have it covered down there,
That's so good. Practice putting it on. I think like also practice adjusting how, get a cushion because the dildo can like hurt. Like especially if it's like a bigger
slamming against your
vagina. It can hurt like in your bone. It hurts your bone sometimes.
Oh, real.
And so we have a vagina cushion and like it's just like I think it's silicone, but it's literally like you have the dildo and you put it on the back of it so that the like spot that like looks like it's supposed to be on your like vulva is on your vulva.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you just tighten up your strap and then boom, there you go. It's soft now.
Yeah.
That has been a game changer. I do not use the strap on without that.
True.
Because it hurts. That's something that a lot of people haven't, like, they don't know about. And they're
It's
just
such
like
a
going
hack.
into it. And I'm like, I don't know what I would do without this. Like,
Such a hack.
we
And then it
found
also it feels good for the person that's strapping too.
Yeah, because it's silicone or whatever it's made out of, and it's like, the
one
like,
we have is
it feels like you're scissoring. Like it feels like you're scissoring as you're like strapping the other person.
At least the one we have is like kind of like shaped like a vulva, and so like it feels like a vulva on your vulva.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
We got ours from Come As You Are here in Toronto, but I'm sure you can find them online. They're called a cushion. And I made a TikTok about it that went viral that has 3 million. So like, I hope people are using them now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love when like we can sneak by with sexual content on TikTok without it like flagging.
I know. The way I worded things was so funny. I was like, I have this thing that goes on your, like I could like barely like talk.
It's literally like you have to talk like that.
Yeah. But yeah, those are our tips for that. And like the person will tell you like what they're like. Oh, something that we always do. I always tell KEARA to put it in because
the dildo.
Because I'm scared that I'm gonna shove it.
Oh, true.
So that's a really good thing to do. Like if you can't figure out how to do that part, like have the person, if they have a vulva, have them insert it because it just like eases a lot of stress.
A lot of people are asking about scissoring. They always do. Someone said, everyone always talks about scissoring, but I find it pornographic and a waste of time. Is this normal? Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't like scissoring, then don't do it. And
scissoring can be hard.
It can be really hard and like really, it might take so long to get in position that like you're out of the mood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For real. I find that it only really feels good if both people are wet.
Yeah. Well, if you have lube too.
And lube.
But like, I feel like it's a good foreplay activity, but like usually it doesn't make us come.
You can't do it for long. I mean, at least we can't.
You gotta have like crazy like leg strength or whatever. Like, and you also have to be flexible, and you also have to make sure your bodies are compatible in order to do that. But not everyone's are.
No.
So like, it's definitely like if it's a waste of time for you, don't do it. Like it's literally like it's overhyped.
It is.
It can feel good, but like we don't do it every time. Like that's not what lesbian sex is. Like,
I feel like people automatically think of scissoring when they think of lesbian sex, but like it's like not
way more.
It's not as hyped up as people make it to be.
It's not actually. Yeah.
La 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 la.
Whoa.
La 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 la.
Wait.
I forgot. I keep listening to you.
Okay.
Okay. La 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 la. La 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 la.
One more time.
La 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 la. La 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 la. I don't know. It's the ending note. I get tripped up because I'm listening to you.
Someone said, how do you balance libido differences? Ace spectrum partner and non-ace partner. Ooh. Good question. Lauren, you are a demisexual, right?
Very.
Yeah. Which is on the ace spectrum.
Cool.
It's on the asexual spectrum.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, people think like if you're asexual, you're not into sex, but it's like, it's a spectrum.
I think for us, I guess for me, I don't know. We kind of vary who has more of a libido.
Sometimes I don't have the libido and you do. Sometimes you do and I don't.
I think we both have it. And I feel like you'll agree with me when our nervous systems are chilled the fuck out.
Yeah.
And we don't have a lot going on in our life that we can actually put energy towards sex.
Yeah.
But in terms of when we're imbalanced, I'm always like a big believer on like, you can pleasure yourself when no one's there.
Yeah, like
You know what I mean?
normalize like self-pleasuring, like even in relationships.
Yeah, like you don't want to like make the other person want to have sex when they don't want to.
No,
like
that's literally
just,
coercion.
That feels weird. So it's like, I'm a big believer on pleasure yourself and like, don't be afraid to make a move though. Like, cause you never know. Like if someone doesn't have the same libido as you, like make a move. And if someone's like, oh, like I don't want this right now, then that's okay. Like it's because it's not because of you. It's because of just like how they're feeling, you know?
Yeah.
And if that's the case, then like, yeah, pleasure yourself. Like maybe not right like then and there, but like, I mean, if they are into that, do it. But like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I feel like that's what we do. We used to be scared to make moves.
Yeah.
When we knew that the other person hadn't been in the mood for a while.
Right.
But then it came to a point where we're like, why aren't you making the first move?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then it's like we're never going to have sex because like no one's making the move because we're too scared that we're going to get rejected. Yeah. So now I feel like we just like, we make the move. We say, are you into this? And if the other person, you know, maybe if they're not in the mood before, but like maybe once you make the move, they're going to be in the mood.
Yeah.
Mood.
All of the M's.
Yeah. Communicate.
Communication, literally, is like the number one thing.
So someone asked, my partner and I decided abstinence because we are both in a very deep healing journey related to sex. So the healing journey is related to sex, and it has been very bonding, and our connection has grown.
Oh.
But I can't help but feel a need for physical intimacy. Not necessarily the act of sex, but feeling her close to me is important. Makes sense.
Okay.
How do I bring up exploring our sexuality again in physical intimacy? That's a really good question.
Damn.
So like this person and their partner have both decided that they're going to be abstinent. So they're not going to have sex because they're healing like probably trauma related stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
And so, but they really want to like feel, you know, close to the partner.
Mm-hmm.
So like, how do they initiate like intimacy? Well, there can be intimacy without sex.
Yeah, we kind of went through something like that.
We literally went through that.
KEARA, but we didn't do it. We didn't heal it at the same time. It was like KEARA healed something and then I was healing something, but at two different moments. But like during that time, we still wanted to be like physically intimate, not in a sexual way. And I feel like a big thing that we did was like when we were watching like Netflix or something, we made sure that we were really close to each other and we were cuddling.
Yeah.
Like hugging a lot.
Yeah. I feel like that's still important to like feel intimacy. I think intimacy is really important.
Yeah.
But like you don't have to have sex during those like deep healing moments. And we both get it because we've been through that.
And like taking it really slow, like
be like, are you okay?
Especially during those vulnerable times of healing.
Yeah.
Like even when like you're getting close in Netflix and like I put my hand on KEARA's thigh like this and I go, is this okay?
Yeah. Like ask.
And you're like, yes. And I'm like, okay, good.
Yeah.
And then I like start rubbing it and I'm like, is this okay?
Yeah.
And like just continuing to like ask. And if you're not doing that and you're like, how do I even bring it up to that point? Like you could maybe just like, we're big believers on being honest. Like just tell your partner like, hey, I've been wanting to cuddle more while we watch TV. Like, how do you feel about that? I'd love for you to like, and if they're like, how? And then just explain like what your needs are. Like it's still important for you to tell your needs even during a healing journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yay.
That's it, y'all, for the questions. Thank you so
Yes.
much for sending them in. I hope that it helped.
Yeah. And like, thanks for trusting us with our sex advice.
Yay. Again, we're not professionals. We're not sexperts. We're just people who do engage in it from time to time.
And if what we said didn't vibe with you, then that's that.
Then that's okay.
That's okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yay, we'll see you in the next episode. Thanks
See
for
you in
listening.
the next one. Bye.
Mwah. Remember to follow us on A Couple Queers Pod on Instagram and TikTok.